Sarah, you're someone who does a great many things in the world of football and beyond.
Appreciate it.
But how would you describe the things that you do?
You know what? My main aim in this world is to put a smile on people's faces. So if I'm doing that, whether that's coaching, whether that's as a player, whether that's content creation, anything that I do, the aim is to put a smile on someone's face. So if they leave and they've got a smile on their face, my purpose is achieved.
Where did that outlook come from for you?
You know what? From when I was growing up, like my family were very, very encouraging. Like, I'm so fortunate and blessed with the family I've got. And not just like parents and siblings, but also cousins, aunties, uncles that support everything that I did. And with that, every time I left, I always felt like I was that guy. And obviously feeling like that, I wanted other people to feel like that. And I know in this world, there's so much hate. So if I can give so much love and don't hate on no one, yeah, that's the purpose, really.
Amazing. And you say putting a smile on people's faces, but underneath that, there's a lot of things you do, from your business to what you do on the pitch, on the sand, so many things. Could you talk us through just, all those different
roles
things that you do?
So in terms of my day-to-day, I am a strength and conditioning coach for professional footballers and academy players. And I also have kind of gone into the realm of non-league football as well. So some of my players play for the highest clubs, Premier League teams, all the way down to non-league, from ages being like literally 6 years old all the way up to like as old as you can get really in the professional game. So the aim is to try and basically inspire young players, whether I'm doing it for a community project, whether I'm just doing it to help them benefit on a speed, explosive level as well. In terms of my content creation, I absolutely love it. I work with like loads of different brands. Very, very grateful for obviously them tuning into my different, I want to say energies that I've got. So when I'm just shouting and screaming, whether I'm actually a little bit more calmer and doing an interview, just very, very grateful for the different opportunities with the content creation. In terms of playing football, played for West Ham, Spurs, Loughborough University, various boys teams as well growing up, played futsal, football and beach football. And played beach football for England. So 2024 was a big year for me actually. Like one of my friends had brought me down to a training session, and literally after the first training session, the coach had asked me like, do you want to come to Portugal, Italy and Saudi with us? And I was like, you know what, let me start training properly for this. So I started playing beach football, which was great. So it was a great transition from football and futsal to beach. And there was a lot of similarities, but I wouldn't say a beach footballer can play football. A footballer can't just play beach. You have to really tune into what they need. But I'm learning to understand the game a little bit more, and hopefully 2025 is a little bit more successful. So I had quite a few caps, scored 4 goals for England, so big achievement, and hopefully can grow from that. But yeah, in terms of like choreography as well, so as well as being in front of the camera, doing the content creation, I'm also a choreographer for various brands. So I've done Nike, I've done Pepsi more recently, and worked with like loads of professional players, which was amazing. And yeah, like in terms of my scope of hosting, presenting as well, really try and dive into that. So there's loads of different elements that I cover, but as long as I'm keeping a smile on my face, smile on other people's faces, that's the main role. So if I'm enjoying it, I'm going to continue it.
How do you fit all of that in your week?
You know what? That's a funny question. My mum asks you all the time. God, I dedicate everything that I do to Allah. The reason that I've got certain successes and certain opportunities is because of Allah, and thought that it was the correct position for me. So at the end of the day, my family have been so supportive. They've been instrumental in terms of the inspiration, and like my mum has never forced religion on me. It's been very much show by example, and just seeing that I can't even thank her enough for just the guidance in that way. It's never been pressure. It's just always been like, let me be the best example possible, and therefore like I have been the person I am today. And my mum is my biggest inspiration. Just even being a kind soul, and like obviously Islam is very much about love for all and hatred for none. So with that element as well, yeah, trying to be like her.
Amazing. So you spoke about like, let's start with beach football and playing for England beach. You were saying like it's not easy to go from playing kind of pitch regular football to beach.
Yeah.
What is the key differences? What do you have to get used to and understand?
I think there's many things, but there's 2 main things for me. Fitness in terms of like quad strength. Running on sand is so different to a pitch. It's so leggy. So like after the first like 2 minutes, your legs are burning. To be fair, even the first 30 seconds, your legs are on fire. So it's just a case of improving that fitness and really focusing in the muscles that really need it, and training on the beach. Big thing is make sure that you're training on the surface that you're going to be competing on. Number 2 is movement. It's very similar to futsal, where it's very, very like quick. And the shifts on the pitch are very quick, because obviously instead of being 11-a-side now, it's 5-a-side, similar to futsal. So I would say the movement, but the movement's getting better. The fitness is getting better. So inshallah, 2025 is my year. Inshallah.
You've spoken about kind of your mum being a big influence. You've spoken about playing for various clubs and everything else you do. But where did that all start for you as a kid?
So in terms of my journey, start of football, I used to play with my cousins in the garden. When I was like 6, 7 years old, I used to be like, oh my God, I really want to play with you guys. And my cousins were very, very inclusive. And like I said, so fortunate with the encouraging family that I've got. My cousins used to be like, yeah, come outside, come and play with us, whatever. Ended up joining the boys team that all of these lot used to play for. Amazing. Like the coaches used to be like, you've got such great technique. And I'd be like, okay, cool. Like, and just the hype from there, I was like, yo, I was made for this game. And then continued on really with my cousins encouraging, played for various boys teams, then moved on to various girls teams. And when I was at these different girls teams, it was most improved player, most valuable player, top goal scorer. And like having these different accolades really made me feel like I was a part of the game. And it all stemmed from that encouragement. If I didn't have the encouragement and like that bigging me up, I would say I probably wouldn't be here today in the way that I am. So I'm very, very grateful.
Of course, yeah, it's brilliant to have that.
Yeah.
Obviously, it wasn't a thing for you to play with boys at all, but like I've heard of this journey for a number of other women and girls who play football. What was that like for you playing with boys as a girl?
You know what? I always used to think I was one of the boys anyway. So it wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm a girl, it's difficult to get involved. It's just because I had so many family members, I just didn't always think, oh, let me go outside, let me do this, let me do that. But to be fair, I was very active from day dot. Like my mum and dad are very active people. My mum used to do like half marathons every weekend and used to do like quarter marathons every like weekday, literally. Like she'd go for runs 4 times during the week. Weekend was half a marathon. So active woman. And in terms of my dad, used to play all different sports. Because they came from such humble beginnings, they didn't have, I want to say, the means to go to various clubs and the ability to travel because they had other commitments for family. But with that understanding, it was a case of me and my brother and my family just embracing every opportunity that we got. And then with that, we play together, we play at teams together. They just make us all feel one. So it wasn't a case of, oh yeah, you're a girl, you're not allowed to play. It was more like, yeah, Sara, come through, come join us, and see what you got kind of thing. And they never treat me any different. They still 2-footed me like a boy. Like it wasn't because I'm a girl, they're going to be delicate. No. And even when I went to a boys team, at the start, I want to say the first couple of weeks, it was very much like, we're not going to pick you because you're a girl, we don't know your ability. After like 3-4 weeks, they were picking me first. It was like, okay, Sara, you're team captain as well. So it was a case of, like just understanding that I am me and we're each human. It wasn't, oh yeah, I'm a boy, or I'm a boy, sorry, I'm a girl, I'm a this or that, whatever you're gonna call yourself. So yeah.
Amazing. And I know this is quite a longer story, but how did that beginning in football turn into everything you're doing now, from choreography to skills to beach to brand work to presenting? How did that go from you playing initially as a young person to that?
You know what? I want to say all in Allah's timing. Allah made it happen with the different opportunities, with the different things that have happened. It's just made a way and made another path for something else. So obviously after playing football, I decided just to take a break from playing, decided to coach a little bit more. During the playing career, I was coaching either at my team but younger age groups or various local teams, just as more of a community project-based thing. With those opportunities and with those coaches, I then obviously networked a little bit more, had a different like angle and perspective of football, and it just made me want to get more involved, whether it was through the content creation, whether it was through the coaching, whether it's through playing. And then after coaching for a little while, it made me realize I wanted to do a lot more community-based stuff. So then in Hackney, I actually started doing sessions for boys. Between like 150 and 200 boys would turn up weekly, and it was all for free, just trying to get them nice and fit and like understanding. Now if you go to Hackney and go to Mabley Green, go, do you know who Sara is? Everyone's gonna be like, nah, don't train with her, she's crazy. So like even just understanding that I've had that impact, and then some of those boys have now gone on to sign like with professional academies, professional contracts. It's amazing to see just their journey over the last like 7-8 years. And just that inspiration of like anyone can make it if we obviously pour into them. And even just one element of going, yo, like you've got the qualities too, that can change the whole perspective of a player and hopefully boost them to go and achieve greatness. And I feel like even understanding from my side of my cousins just saying 1 or 2 comments, some of those comments that they've said when I was like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of embrace that you're different, etc. has caused me to go and do amazing things. And I feel like even just putting, like I said, a smile on people's faces and giving those 1-2 encouragement like messages has obviously helped being that 1% in their journey. And I feel like even if you reflect back with some of these players, they're going to be like either myself or some of the coaches that they've been trained by, their comments have been like instrumental in where they've gone today. And understanding with that inspirational like story, I want to say, like not just myself but of these players, has continued to inspire me. And then in terms of content creation, there was a period in my life where I actually stopped playing, stopped coaching as much, where I actually was with my grandma a lot more. And during that period, I did a lot more content. And from there, I had a lot of like music artists when I was using their music saying, yo, Sara, keep going. And just those little elements of keep posting regardless of like the likes and the views. I don't look at likes and views. I post it because I enjoy it and I like the content. And if you like it too, then cool. But it's all about what I want to put out. And I feel like with that, that's resonated with other people because I'm so real. And then when being so real, it's attracted the real individuals that really want to feed into the journey and really want to support the journey. And then from there, with those big music artists and bigger footballers commenting, just going, keep going, like the content's sick. And just like I said, like what my cousins were saying growing up, to like these individuals just saying these amazing things. It's just like we're all supporting each other, collaborating together to grow together. The brands just started coming through after that, to be fair. And then there was one moment last year where like some of my videos started going viral, and I want to call it a moment because it was literally in the space of a week that like because of being so consistent over the last 4 years, it kind of paid off in a sense where I was gaining thousands of followers across a week just purely because the consistency of what I had done. And like I said, in Allah's timing, everything happened, and from there more and more shoots came. If I had those opportunities before, I may have not been able to take them and grasp them as much and maybe not been as grateful for them. But like the timing just worked, and I'm so grateful for every opportunity. And like even now, every time something comes through, I'm like, Allah really made it happen, number one, and number two, at the right timing too. So very, very grateful.
Thanks for talking through that. And it's
Always.
really interesting to hear as well, because you have quite a large profile, but to hear that you built that simply from not being, just being yourself and not trying to force anything, simply being yourself and welcoming others and working with others.
Yeah.
That's quite an inspiring story for, I think, a lot of other content creators. For anyone who follows you, it's clear, even if they hadn't just watched everything you said, faith is important to you. You've got a very philosophical, spiritual side to yourself. You post a lot of quotes with different like mantras, maxims, whatever you want to call it. Where does that side of you come from? Where did that all start?
You know what? I think just seeing my mum as an inspiration growing up and, like I said, leading by example, very much encouraging everyone. And to be fair, like regardless of any hate that she may have come across, it was very much like, are you okay? Like, how can we help to change that mindset of being so negative to positive? And like really trying to understand people. And from that like understanding, it was like, that's how you show love. In order to be loved and have love for you, you need to understand people, you need to hear people. And when you understand and hear people, they feel that love. And when you obviously, like, I think seen, heard and understood will make someone feel loved, and obviously yourself as well. And understanding that I want to give what I want. So I'm not expecting it from you. I'm just giving it. And hopefully, inshallah, one day that will return back to me in the blessings and the form that I need it, not just want it. So understanding how how my mum gave it, how my family gave it, like, I can't appreciate obviously the guidance from them, and just seeing through example, really. And like I was saying before, like really showing through example. And then in terms of the mantras, it's very much whatever resonates with me, I will repost it. So yeah.
So we've spoken about your mum quite a lot already.
Yeah.
It's clear how much of an influence and impact she's had on your life. With everything you do you spend much time talking to your mum about it? What does she think about it all? Yeah, what's your day-to-day relationship like with your mum?
So I'm so fortunate with my whole family, with my mum, my dad, my siblings, my cousins, my aunts and uncles. We've got such a great relationship. In terms specifically for my mum, like with anyone with a mum, like we have a great relationship. It goes up and down, but like I want to call it, the ups are so high, the downs are not low. We're having a discussion. It's never a disagreement. I love my mum to bits in terms of what she's taught me, in terms of how she like treats other people, never mind myself. It's always love. It never comes from a place of malice, like anything that she does. And like even if people do hate on her, like I said, it's very much like how can we help you? How can we change this perspective to a more loving? And like, it's never, if I say to her, mum, like, I need help, she's like, okay, what do you need? It's not, oh, why do you need the help? What have you done? It's very much like, how can we help the situation? Like, what can we do? Let's go. Very much solution-based, but it's very positive. So I have to big up to her for everything that she does, for not just myself, but for my family and for community. And like, charity starts at home, so putting a smile on her face and vice versa, her putting it on mine, like, that's where it starts. But what she does for other people is amazing. And that's like I said, my biggest inspiration. In terms of my relationship on a day-to-day, we have a chat, we have a laugh. At the end of the day, it's about having a laugh every day. And I feel like one of my biggest things, and I was talking about this, my USP that I give to people is putting a smile on people's faces and trying to inspire them as well, and just having a vibe. And that's what I do with my mum too. I do it with everyone as well as my family. And the fact that I got my mum in hysterics the other day, which I have never seen my mum like literally like cry from laughter, finally was able to achieve that. And she was just like, Sarah, like, you are probably the funniest person I know. And from that, I was literally like, yeah, cool. I've done my job.
You've done your job. Amazing. I think you told me the story behind that.
Yeah.
We won't go into today.
That one was crazy.
It was a funny one. You've spoken just now about your particular vibe, and that's, I think, why so many people gravitate towards you, want to follow your journey. We're in East London today. You're an East London girl. You played for West Ham and many other places, but now you're traveling the world and playing beach football around the world and doing lots of things with brands. What keeps you grounded and kind of staying connected to where you've come from?
Allah. Praying every day, making sure if I ever miss a prayer, best believe my whole attitude changes. I feel like that's what keeps me nice and grounded. I think meditation, as well as doing prayer, just trying to keep all the thoughts out, especially before a game. I do a lot of gratitude and meditation, visualization, just to help understand where I need to be. On a daily basis, I do gratitude as well, both morning and evening. And then in the evening as well, just to switch off from the world, I do Sudoku. So like, my routine is literally in the morning, I pray, I get on with my day, I pray again, get on with my day, and then pray, Sudoku, and gratitude. And I feel like with that element of Sudoku, prayer, meditation, it just really like grounds me. And like, just the fact that my family are very much on the same wavelength of that as well. And I want to say even my friends, like my friends have started doing Sudoku as well. They do the gratitude. So I've got my Sudoku book, and at the top of the Sudoku book is I am so grateful for, and whatever it may be that day. And sometimes I'll list 10 things. Sometimes it goes beyond the 10 things just because I've got so much to say that day. But yeah, my friends are doing Sudoku too. They all do the gratitude. My family, we try and pray together as much as possible. So just having that inclusivity and like, we're all in this together is very much what like helps keep us level-headed, and understanding everyone around me. We don't go, oh yeah, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. Yeah, I'm a loud girl, but it's very much a jokey kind of vibe. It's not, oh, I'm this and I'm that. And I feel like because I'm surrounded with such grounded and humble people as well, it really does help. And like, if I do ever come across someone that's not so humble, we just tend to laugh about it rather than, oh, like, I'm stepping away, because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to judge. Like, I think there's a few like points in life to understand. Don't ever judge anyone. Don't ever hate anyone. Don't compare yourself, and pray and like keep yourself grounded. So if you're doing those, like, you can only win in life. Like, Allah will only allow opportunities and success.
Absolutely. And that explains a lot, not just kind of keeping you grounded, but how you manage to switch off after you create a lot of content. You've got a large following. I think most people can only imagine what that's like, kind of being online so much. So to hear about prayer and Sudoku and meditation, time with your family, explains how you manage to keep balance.
Yeah.
Explains a lot.
It really does help me switch off. And to be fair, I have to give it to my family as well. During the week, we do have days where we just dedicate to a family evening. So I've got like my niece and nephews that will come around, or I'll go around to my family's houses. And then sometimes even during the day, if I'm free, I'll just go around to my family's houses and just chill. No phone. Sometimes the phone is left in the car. Be careful, don't be in my car. I'm not going to leave my car no more. But like, yeah, the phone is literally just switched on airplane mode or do not disturb. So I just full time with the family. And I feel like even when I go on hikes and stuff like that, the phone is usually put on airplane mode. Just if I want to take a photo, it's there. But other than that, like, I'm really trying to embrace who I'm with, number one. Embrace the time that I've got with them, because I don't get a lot of time with everyone. So when I do, like, let me make the most of it. And then also just embrace nature as well. And Allah's creation.
That explains a lot. Yeah, just about how you stay balanced. You mentioned kind of even on your Sudoku book and the what you're grateful for. We've spoken about the quotes that you put on your online profiles. Is there any like one or a couple different things that are like really important in terms of guiding your perspective on the world? Like, are there any particular quotes or anything from your faith or anything at all? Is
Yeah.
there anything key to that?
There's a few actually. There's a few. So in terms of like hating and stuff like that, and spreading as much love like as possible and no hate. Sorry. What is meant for me will be for me, regardless if it's beneath two mountains. And then even if it's between my two lips, if it's not meant for me, it won't be. So understanding every opportunity that I have was meant for me. And if I put other people on, it's because I want you to also do well, number one. And number two, if something is meant for me, it would have been for me. If you then get the job, that was meant for you. And that was Allah's calling for you. In terms of like my own kind of quote that I've got for myself is aspire to inspire, aspire to put that smile on people's faces. And that's what my whole brand is about. Like I've got hoodies where it's like part of the 1% club of just bettering yourself in every single way. It's not about being better than someone else. It's being better than you were yesterday in every single aspect, whether it's nutritionally, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, all through those different elements, if we can improve ourselves. And I also think how you are is a reflection of yourself. How other people are is a reflection of them. So if you behave one way and someone else behaves another, that's a reflection on them. Don't judge them. At the end of the day, that's on their perspective. That's how they're feeling currently. So if someone's negative towards you, just keep showing love, because one day they'll show love and realize that you actually just came from a pure heart. So yeah, never judge and just embrace everyone as how they are and just keep showing love, because at the end of the day, love always wins.
And that takes us quite nicely full circle, especially kind of you and your hoodies and your brand and the whole aspiring to inspire. Why is it so important for you to inspire others through the many things you do, especially young people?
You know what? I've had a lot of opportunity when I was growing up. Very, very fortunate. Obviously, my parents came from very, very humble beginnings, but they were able to provide opportunity, not just like through taking us to places like me and my family, but also like monetary, able to support us a little bit. So with that, like understanding the encouragement, the monetary, the ability to take us and time and energy, I want to pour that into other people, especially knowing that they may not have it. And seeing how much my mum does for community as well. Like I would love to just be even a portion of what she does. And like I said, she's my biggest inspiration. And to be fair, like I haven't even mentioned this yet, but even my nanny, just seeing what my nanny used to do, like my mum's mum, for community and for like other people, and just very, very positive and very, very supportive in everything I did. And like she came from a very cultural background, meaning that sport wasn't even deemed for boys or girls, never mind for girls. And just understanding that she was like, you know what, Sara, if you enjoy it, go and do it. Like literally go and do it. And I feel like a lot of her prayers have led to my successes as well. So just understanding, like, keep being me and keep showing the love that my family have always encouraged. And like, if I can do that for other people and putting a smile on their face, hopefully it will change their life.
Well, long may your successes and your nanny's prayers keep blessing you.
Inshallah.
Sara, thanks so much for sharing all this. I really enjoyed it and enjoyed the chance to do it, especially because I think, like myself, a lot of people see your online profile, they see all the things you do, they see the quotes. But I think a lot of people really appreciate seeing and find out a bit more about the person behind it all.
No, I appreciate
it. So thank you, and I hope it will be the first interview of many. And yeah, would love to chat to you even more in detail about various other things in the near future.
Well, wishing you continued success for it as well.
Thank you very much, Sara.
No problem. Thank you. Cheers.